What's up, guys? Welcome back to FNG Academy. Buck here, former Green Beret, here to help you guys get selected. Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about the difference between option 40 and 18X. I get tons of questions about, hey Buck, should I do option 40? Should I go Ranger or should I go SF? Like, what do you think? What would you do? And so we did a video before about comparing the two and comparing their mission sets. If you didn't see that, Vincent Vargas jumped on with me and we kind of compared the two differences. Make sure you go check out that video. It was a really good video on breaking down really the different types of missions, because to me, that is what you should base your decision on. But there's some other things that you guys may not know about that I figured I'd jump on to help shed some light on your decision. Mainly one thing that I kind of want to prevent you guys from doing. It was something that I did too, even when I was in the Army, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Guys, if you get anything out of these videos, please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and hit that subscribe button. Let's try and get 1,000 likes on this video. I really appreciate it. Every time the videos hit 1,000, it just helps so much. So can't thank you enough. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you go sign up for the email list and be on the lookout for the mentor program. It is dropping soon. Email list will know about that first, so make sure you're on that email list. And for today's video sponsor is 18 Alpha Fitness, which fits perfectly with what we do because you guys need to be fit and ready to go for selection. So make sure you go check out Kevin over at 18 Alpha Fitness. Use code word BUCK. You get a discount and tell him I sent you. Kevin's a great dude. He's going to hook you guys up. All right, guys. So which should you pick? Green Beret or Ranger? Who's better? Who's got the better gear? Who's got the better equipment? Who's more well equipped and the baddest of the bad? Again, mission set should dictate a lot of that decision, but there's things that you guys are doing a lot in the comment section or questions that you send me, and you be like, hey, this is my plan. And a lot of times you're like, I'm gonna go Ranger, then I'm gonna go SF. And so some of you guys are even like, I'm gonna go Ranger, then SF, then CAG, and then Ranger School, and like all the hard stuff that you see in the military. You're like, that's all on your list, which is fine. I got friends that, they went to from 18X, got selected, got their Green Berets, went to. I got a buddy who went like one deployment to Africa for like 4 months, and then went straight into Delta. Got picked up for CAG, and as far as I know, he's still there. But so everyone's career path is different, but understand that when you sign up for these extremely difficult things, some of you guys are still yet to be tested at all in life. You're young. You may have not had a very rough childhood. And you'll see in my, I got a book coming out pretty soon. Hopefully, just got done with the manuscript. It's called Better Broken. And people that have broken paths are truly powerful. But that doesn't mean that you're not. If you haven't had a broken past, I'm just saying that you may not have been tested yet. And so you really just get, a hair up your butt to like, I'm going to be a special forces god, and I'm going to have all this, my whole arm stacked with every difficult thing. But you forget that these things wear on you. Selections wear on you. You get kind of beaten down to the point where you don't always want to step back in the ring to get hit over and over and over again. That's not saying that people don't do it, but you don't realize what you're going to feel like once you get through the other side, and how much energy you're going to want to put back into starting that process back over. Because if you go to RASP, you get picked up, you do your 2-month course, you're in Ranger Regiment, you're a Ranger, which is different than Ranger qualified as a school, which is just a tab, it's just a school. You're special operations, right? Maybe you don't want to jump back into SFAS and then a 1.5 years of Q course to go be in a different unit. So it really is going to depend on which mission set you like the best, and is it worth getting back into there? But here's the thing that you guys probably don't know is, based on talking to the Rangers in my SFAS class and in the Q course, they took a big risk. Rangers don't always see you going to SF as a good thing. They see it kind of as a slap in the face. I'm not saying they all do that, but in my experience, the ones that we talked to in my class, they definitely were seen as traitors. So if you think you're just going to walk into Ranger Regiment and then high five everybody and be like, yeah, I can't wait to be a Green Beret, you're going to have a whole fucking reality check coming. So be very careful about how many, tiers you plan on stepping through, because you're stepping into somebody's life dream. There's people out there that just dream of being Rangers. That's all they want. And that's amazing. It's a special operations unit. Technically it's a tier 1 unit. So to look at them like a stepping stone is disrespectful, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. So just understand that you will not know how you're going to feel once you get to these special operations units. So maybe stop planning 2 or 3 more special operations past then. Let's just pump the brakes and try to get to the first one. Not saying you can't, but again, you're talking out of your ass if you're like, I'm going to go Ranger, SF, then CAG. It's like, listen, you haven't even gotten into the first one yet, all right? So just calm down and keep that stuff to yourself so you don't get a bad rep for just being too big for your britches and not understanding that wherever you go in special operations community, you need to give them everything you have. And that being said, to caveat, going to CAG from Ranger or SF is not looked down upon at all. All right, that's the natural progression. So as people start to, they're getting along in their career, their new guy time is over, they're starting to mellow out and understand their role, and they become good operators, and they want that next challenge. It's perfectly normal for them to want to try CAG. So their command is not going to be upset about that. That's a promotion for everybody. That is that, high echelon step up. So everyone's going to understand that if you want to go that route, and at least my experience in SF, everyone's going to support you to go that route. I have never seen anyone be shunned for trying to go to Delta selection. I'm sure it's happened, but in my experience, they're very cool with it. And if you're like, hey, I want to get ready for CAG selection, they're going to be like, all right, you'll even get extra time to train because they know that you're going to need to be in the top shape. But that being said, what would I choose? What would Buck choose if I could go back and do it all again? You got to remember, I signed an option 40 contract coming in, and I wouldn't take that back. The only thing I would change is I would go infantry option 40 instead of cook option 40. I wouldn't have let that recruiter punk me around. But that's why I'm here trying to help you guys so you don't get punked around by your recruiters. My recruiter got me. I don't want him to get you too. So I would have walked out of that office and I would have said, call me back when you have infantry option 40. And knowing what I know now, I guarantee I would have got a call in like 2 days. Hey man, we got it. And I would have went and got the contract of my dreams. But water under the bridge, I turned lemon into lemonades and became a Green Beret. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I do wish I had that Ranger experience so I could have felt both potentially, or maybe I would just been super happy in Ranger Regiment and I would have never even tried SF. So who knows? So what would Buck do if I had to go back? And if I was you guys and I was 18, 19, 20, not even 21 yet, not even eligible to go to SFAS, for sure take the option 40 contract. Caveat to that, if I'm older Buck, if I'm 25, 26, 30, 32, 33, now I'm starting to look at SF hands down. It's an older crowd in SF. They're more mellow. Their kind of wild years are a little in the rear view, and they're more just adults trying to focus on the mission and chill. It's a slower vibe, or a more chill vibe for older cats. I'm not saying that you don't have that in Ranger Regiment. I'm just saying mostly Rangers are 18, 19, fucking ready to go, door kicking, whoa, fucking run their heads through walls if you tell them to do it mentality. So if I'm older Buck, I'm going to choose SF to start out. But I hope that helps with the distinction. Understand that you're getting into a military culture that you don't understand everything yet. So understand that you don't understand. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Just know that there's a whole culture to the military that you're not privy to yet. And so you need to get into that culture before you understand truly what decisions are going to be smart, which ones are going to benefit you, and how to make those decisions. You have no idea what it's like to be a Ranger, so don't think you're going to go use Rangers as a stepping stone to get to something else. You don't even know what they do yet because you've never been there. Same thing with Green Berets. Don't think, I'm going to go be a Green Beret for like a year, and then I'm going to go to CAG for sure. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Pick one, stick to your guns, choose it because if somebody asks you, why did you choose this? You should say, because the operational environment, because of their mission set is what I like. Or, my dad was one. pick it for the mission set if you're asking me, and a little bit of your age and your mentality and things like that, So those are the reasons you should have in your back pocket for really choosing one. But then just get there and see what it's like before you start fucking planning the next route and go in high-fiving Rangers, tell them you want to be a Green Beret. It's not going to pan out for you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope your selection of option 40 or 18X is a little easier now. But just know if you're picking either one of those, you're in great shape. You're picking an amazing contract, and I would be stoked to have it. I did a little bit the hard way, but 18X is an amazing contract, and so is option 40. You cannot beat going from a civilian right into special operations. Be proud of yourself if you pick that, and whether you get hurt, whether you find out that it's not for you, either way, you're getting a ton of growth from signing up for something that most people don't have the balls or the guts to even try. So you're in the ring, they're not. We'll see you guys in the next video. What's up, guys? Sean Buck Rogers here from the FNG Academy. You ever find yourself balls deep in a workout and you're just not feeling it? Can't get that one more rep in, can't get that extra mile, sluggish, feeling like crap. You ever think that because you look like shit, you perform like shit? Maybe we need to get you into the right gear. Let's check out some FNG Academy gear and what it does for people and their performance. What the f is that? That's what I'm talking about. What the f is this? That's more like it. No rep. No rep. What the f? No rep. What a waste. 1, 2, 3. Now that's what the f I'm talking about. All right, guys, now you see the difference between when you look good and when you look like shit. So make sure you head over to the FNGacademy.com, pick yourself up some swag. Make sure you sign up for the email list because we're doing monthly giveaways. Ready?